Hello, these are some potatoes I've just taken from the veg rack. It's a variety called Mozart. If I offer these up to you, you can probably be able to see that they're starting to chit. So really we need to do something with these guys. They were bought to eat, but if we leave them much longer they'll be spoiled. So what I intend doing today is to try and recover some of these chits via a peeling when I peel these potatoes and grow those peelings on. Something I've never done before. Other people have done it, I've never done it before, so that's a good enough reason to do it, isn't it? If you've never done something before, why not have a shot? So I'm going to try and take these guys off as a peeling that has a chit on it, and then just peel the potatoes and eat them basically. Okay, let's pop those there. And let's pop this cutting board into shot. Okay, first of all let's see if we can just slice a thin peeling off with a chit on it. How does that look? Would you describe that as a peeling with a chit on it? Yeah, of course you would. Pop that over there. See if there's another we can get. Looks to be some chits on this end. We'll see if we can. Yeah, we've got a few chits there on that peeling. Put that potato to one side. We'll see if we can get these guys. Yeah, I've got some chits. Some guys on the top here, we'll try and get those. Okay. And there's a nice wee chit there, we'll try and get that one. Okay, so these are our potato peelings. Just pop them on here. I'll turn them over so you can get a closer look at the underside. And our peelings. Okay, these are what we're going to try and grow on into potato plants. I'll just put them to one side and I'll finish peeling these potatoes. Doesn't take long when you've got a decent potato peeler in your hand and you've done it a few times, does it? Now if I'd used this potato peeler to try and take those chits off as a peeling, I've a feeling they'd have been far too thin. If you look at those, look how thin those are, they're wafer thin. I would gamble 100% nobody is growing anything from those. They just wouldn't sustain the chit long enough for the peeling to get some roots down. They're just wafer thin. Anyway, let's get finished. And what I'll do is we'll just let these peelings with the chits on just dry out a little, just skin. I don't want them to dry out too much, because if they do, I'm fairly sure the chit won't survive, because it's taking its moisture from the peeling, and if the peeling dries out completely, there's no moisture for the chit. So I don't want to leave them too long, maybe a day, and then we'll plant them. How's that? Okay, right, so that's that for this part of the video. What I've decided to do is plant the potato peelings in these cells rather than in pots or bags, which would take up a lot of space that I don't actually have at the moment. And what we'll try and do is, if we can turn these potato peelings into potato plants, we'll then pot them on. They'll either go up into a bigger pot or into a bag. If they fail, then they won't be going anywhere. Okay, so these are the peelings that we took. As you can see, they are quite thin, there's not a lot to them. But each of them have chits on, or at least one chit. And we've got 6 of them, and we've got 6 cells. So this should be easy, shouldn't it? So we'll go with the biggest first. We'll just sit it in there like that, on top of that compost. On top of that compost. And then what we're going to do is just cover them up and let them get on with it. Now there's no point in watering these guys because they have no roots. All they have is shoots. What good's water to these? We would need to keep them moist, I would think, though, because if they dry out, I think the shoots will die off. So I will keep them moist as best I can, but I won't be watering them. Okay. I'll give these a few weeks in here, see what we get. And as I've said, if we do get potato plants, we'll either pot them on or move them up into bags. If we don't, then they're going nowhere. Okay. And in the meantime, they haven't taken up a lot of space, have they? This is the only space they'll take up, this small cell. That's it. So we'll put these to one side and we'll see if they produce potato plants. It's now exactly 1 month since I started this potato peeling experiment. So why am I showing you a potato in a pot? What's all that about? Well, it's exactly a month since I put this potato in this pot. This is a 10-inch pot. This potato will be about 2 inches off the bottom. So this potato in that month has managed to push a chit 8 inches, 7 or 8 inches through this compost. That's the growth I've had in a month from a whole potato in a pot. Now I'm not too sure whether I should be expecting that from potato peelings, but the potato peelings are in a cell, a 6-cell module, that's only probably 1 inch deep. So if it's going to work, we should see something now, shouldn't we? If that's what we see from a potato that's been in a pot 1 month, surely peelings that have only been covered by about 1 inch of compost that had a chit on them, surely they should have broke surface by now. There should be something there. Roots and shoots, what do you think? Let's have a look. Ha ha ha, look at that. Not a thing, nothing in sight. I've looked underneath, there's no roots showing, there's no shoots showing. So this could be the end of the road for this experiment. But at least it will have a start and a finish, won't it? If this is the end of the road for this experiment, it will have a start and a finish. And I think that's important. And if you're watching gardening videos on YouTube, I'm sure you'll agree there's nothing more frustrating than watching another gardener sow something, and then you don't get a follow-up, so you don't know if what they've sown has grown. Or you see a reveal, but you never actually saw the vegetables planted, so you're not too sure how they've got to that position. So what I've actually done on my channel, I've grouped together a bunch of videos and I've prefixed them with the title HGV How to Grow, then the name of the vegetable, and then finished it off with start to finish. So if you were to put in the YouTube search HGV How to Grow Start to Finish, you'll get a list of vegetables that'll show you how to grow start to finish. And I think I've done parsnips and leeks, potatoes, carrots, shallots, green onions, all kinds of things. I'm going to put some text on the screen, so you should be able to do that. Right, what we're going to do here, we're going to have a look at these guys. No point in waiting, is there? If they're not growing, we can call it a day. And that was one of the reasons I didn't want to put these in a 10-inch pot. I didn't want to tie up a 10-inch pot if this wasn't going to work. So let's drop these out, let's see what we've got, and then maybe wind this experiment up. I know other people have grown potatoes from peelings because they've told us, and there's videos on the channel. I'm not too sure there's any start to finish videos on YouTube, and I was hoping this would be one, but this could be the finish. Right, nothing there. Oh, I can see the piece of potato. Oh, it hasn't gone rotten. Let's have a look. Nope, it's there. And hey, guess what? Can you see them? We've got some roots. We've got some roots. So this guy's trying to grow. It's taken him a long time, but hey, let's face it, I mean, if you think about this, that potato I showed you before, the chit on that grew 6 or 7 inches had a whole potato behind it, feeding it, giving it that energy to grow. This is a potato peeling. The chit on here has got nothing behind it except a thin slither, so perhaps it needs some roots before it can throw up a shoot. I don't know, I've never done this before. I'll put that to one side. I hope the others are like that. I think we may just keep this going if they are. Oh, even better. Look at this guy. Loads of roots. So if nothing else, the potato peelings are still alive. We may as well do them all, we're into it now. The potato peelings are still alive. Yeah, we've got roots here, look. So they are wanting to grow, and it looks to me as though it's going to be a slow process. So I guess if we've learned anything at this early stage, is that if you're going to grow potatoes from peelings, it's going to take a lot longer than growing potatoes from potatoes. Would you agree? At least that's what I'm seeing here. How many have we got out here? 4, 2 to go. Ah yeah, this guy's got a very small root there. 5. The last one. I'm not too sure about this guy. I'm not too sure. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to put these guys back in. I'm not going to pot them up yet. What I'd really like is to see a chit break surface and roots come through the bottom of this cell, and I'll be that much more confident. So what we'll do is we'll call it a day, this video, I think. We'll wind it up. You've seen where we are. I think the next time you'll see these guys, and this is provided they do grow, I'm hoping the next time you see these guys, I'll be taking them out of here and potting them up. Okay. Right, let's pop them back in. You go there. Okay, so it looks as though it may work. This just needs to be given more time. What do you think? Let me know. And hey, don't forget to have a look at that HGV how to grow start to finish. I think there's about 10 videos I've put up where there is a start to finish, so there's a beginning and an end. I think that's important, isn't it? If you're growing stuff, you need to know if things work. Anybody can pop a few seeds in the ground, put something in a plant pot. That's easy enough done. But it's getting something out the other end, isn't it? Right. Well, I'll give that a water off camera. And growing potatoes from potato peelings is back on track. Hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.